Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I have come up with this Diwali special video for all of you out there. Every year on Diwali, we all make colorful rangolis at our places. But this year I decided to make a painting of a diya that I can keep with me forever. So without further delay, let's start to paint this beautiful diya painting together. As you can see, I have already painted the black base of the coaster and made my pencil drawing that is ready to paint. Starting with the brown shade of the diya as the base, we will add the lighter brown to it and blend them together to form a 3D effect. Adding a bit of depth on the inside of the diya, we blend all the shades together. After attaining the basic shades of the diya, we will now start to make the wick of the diya. For that, I am using the lighter shade of yellow as a base. This is more of a monochromatic work, hence we do not have to use a lot of colors in this particular painting. Therefore, it is important to observe the shades and to blend them together well so that you can achieve the variations in the similar tones very easily. For this, you need to carefully observe the reference image that you are painting from, and you can also create a shade card beforehand so that you don't have any confusion while painting. Moving forward, we will create these small lights that are there, which will have a blurry effect behind the diya. Since we are painting on a very dark base and we are painting with light shades here, we will have to work in multiple layers as we won't be able to achieve a very bright and fresh color from a single layer. In our next step, we would now brighten up the shades of yellow in the areas where the first layer has already dried up. This is the yellow ochre shade that we are using over here. In the next step, we start adding a lighter shade of yellow besides the ones that we have painted in ochre. The wick of the diya will be the brightest part of the painting. Hence it is important to work in multiple layers in that area, as only then you will be able to achieve the brightest shade of yellow that you want in your painting. Moving further, we will now start to give more details in the center part of the diya by adding more shades and layers on it. And as I mentioned earlier, it will be a monochromatic painting, hence there will not be a lot of colors in it, but very similar tones of the same shade. Hence you need to observe properly and paint carefully and blend the colors together to give a realistic look to your painting. Moving forward, we will now start to add some blurry background to the painting, which will make our diya stand out in the dark. For this, I am using a shade of ochre and blending it with my hand and using a very thin version of the paint so that I am able to achieve a blurry and a chic look of the layer. Once I'm done with the background, now I will start to give some depth to the diya corners with black and dark brown shade. Every time I add another layer to the wick and the blurry lights above the diya, make sure to add one tone lighter to the previous one, as that will help you build it up properly. Moving further, we will now add the highlights to the yellow in the lights behind that are overlapping each other. After giving the highlights, we will now paint the third and the final layer to the lights behind. As you can see, I have created these lights by majorly using three tones of brown and yellow. Once you think that the background area is done, we will now move forward by painting the final highlights and the final details of the diya in front. While making any kind of painting, it is very important to define of as to how much detail you need to give to a particular area so that you can understand which part you want to be highlighted and which part you want to stay in the background. Here, as we all know that the diya is the one that is being highlighted in our painting, hence we would give more details to it rather than the other areas of the painting. To give the final highlights to the wick of the diya, we will not be using direct white as it would not look blended to the painting. Instead, we would blend it with a little bit of yellow shade so that it doesn't look off. And by completing this step, our painting is ready. Hope you liked the video. And with this, I wish you all a very happy Diwali. May God bless us all with lots of health, wealth, and prosperity. Thank you again for joining me here, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more such videos in the future. Thank you so much. Bye bye.